Widow's Bay is the kind of show that does not try to fit into a single category, and that is exactly what makes it interesting. It blends horror, dark comedy, and mystery in a way that feels unpredictable from the very first episode. You never really know what tone the next scene will take, and that constant shift becomes one of its biggest strengths. At the center of the story is a small coastal town that feels quiet on the surface but hides something much darker underneath. Matthew Rhys leads the show with a performance that feels grounded even when everything around him becomes strange and chaotic. He plays his role with a mix of seriousness and subtle humor, which helps balance the unusual tone of the series. The biggest highlight of Widow's Bay is its confidence. It fully commits to its strange ideas instead of playing it safe. One moment it feels like a serious mystery, and the next it turns into something almost absurd, but somehow it still works. The show is clearly not afraid to take risks, and that boldness makes it stand out in a crowded streaming space. Visually, the series creates a strong atmosphere. The setting of the town feels isolated and slightly unsettling, which fits perfectly with the horror elements. There is a constant sense that something is off, even in normal scenes. This helps build tension without relying too much on jump scares. At the same time, the show is not without its flaws. The biggest issue is consistency. Because it jumps between tones so often, some moments feel uneven. There are scenes where the comedy undercuts the tension, and others where the story becomes a bit confusing. Not every idea lands perfectly, and at times it feels like the show is trying to do too many things at once. The pacing can also feel slightly off. Some episodes move quickly, while others slow down too much, which can affect the overall flow. This might make it harder for some viewers to stay fully engaged throughout the entire season. However, what keeps Widow's Bay working is its uniqueness. It does not feel like a copy of anything else. Even when it stumbles, it is still doing something different, and that effort is noticeable. The mix of humor and horror gives it a fresh identity, and for many viewers, that alone will be enough to keep watching. By the end of the season, it becomes clear that Widow's Bay is more about the experience than just the plot. It is messy at times, but it is also creative, bold, and memorable. Final rating, 8 out of 10. It is not a perfect show, but it is a rare one. Widow's Bay stands out because it dares to be different, and in today's content-heavy world, that is a big achievement.